Mic check. Cam check. What up, y'all? Chloe, what's up? This is how looking real. Whose emotes are there? Oh, those are Twitch emotes? Like Twitch? My good, Cam good. What's going on? All right. So for sure it's gonna be a short stream because it's been quite a bit of a long day, but particularly because it's gonna be just farming for the same things we've been farming for the past couple of weeks. Just trying to get stuff that we can sync and then hope for the best, I guess. It's kind of really it. Let's see. Glove is like, heck yeah. Did I get a prankster yet? No, I didn't. I've only gotten one since yeah, I've only gotten one the entire time. And I think I invited you to that one. The only one I had. To be fair though, I haven't been like crafting any sigils in the recent though, so like maybe I might get one. Let's kind of see what let's kind of see what we got here.
What's left, you ask? What's still got some good in it?
Let's see. The passenger call. Priest, appreciate the follow. That's crap. Oh, I can make 80. All right, so let's see what we got. 5, 6. So it's 10 is 30. So we can. Oh, 21. Must be 12, right? Let's see. Got
Better than starting from nothing. What's left, you ask?
treasure breach. One treasure breach out of that.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
There. 20. Actually, let me just do it this way. There. Not looking too good so far, Raiden. Yeah.
your soul.
20 left. Is Proc Road not a thing anymore? Azarath is setter. So Azarath is not a thing anymore, but however, Dance of Knives is technically our Proc Rogue at the moment. Because it procs the poison trap. So we do have a Proc Rogue in that sense. But it's not Azarath. Yeah, it's actually really cool looking too. Sad to not see more people play because it's actually not a bad build at all. It's just that
There is magic in all things. Let me show you.
you know, people tend to gravitate towards like the top or two best maybe builds, and then everything else kind of gets left behind. Even some of those that are actually pretty decent. Not played since season 9 has a game changed significantly enough to pull players back in. Since season 9, yeah. Season 11 was a big change. Like, I don't know if you played like season 4. Diablo, you know, or season 4 or whatever like that. Like season 4, how big of a change season 4 was to the game. It's like that kind of, but more massive than that in terms of the amount of changes that occurred. Now I will not sit up here and tell you that like, you know, all the changes were great, or all the problems that the games are faced, because obviously that's not the case at all. But they have made several really good decisions for this season. I'll put it that way. Yeah, season 11 does feel a bit different than season 9. Season 9 was terrible, by the way. Like, I thought season 9 was awful. Season 8 too. Season 7. Actually, season 6, 7, 8, 9 are like, were all like uneventful for me. Maybe see how far was the OG victimized Heartseeker. I feel like I'm just the odd person when it comes to that. When it comes to Heartseeker season 4. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. I really did. The best thing I liked about it is the fact that Clone wasn't involved. But besides that, I mean, Heartseeker's gotten better in every way since then, in terms of everything else. Except Clone. Except that Clone is a part of it. That's the part I don't like. I don't like Clone at all. I do hope for a day in which we can like get away from phone related builds going forward, especially with Heartseeker. I'm a Druid man. I just get frustrated. Druid doesn't stand up to other builds. Say Druid doesn't stand up to other builds. What do you mean by like not standing up to like which other builds are you? Now, obviously, I hope you're not talking about Paladin because no classes stand up to Paladin. But like when you say other builds, what do you mean? Because isn't like Druid like, let's see, check something real quick. From what it looks like, you know, Sorcerer and Necromancer are behind Druid. Druid's the squishiest state currently. Is the squishiest state where builds are basically dead? Well, I think several classes actually, you know, or have. I think several classes have like maybe that like one really good, like one really high pushing build, and then the others are not as like pretty close to them at all. I think most classes are kind of in that scenario except for Paladin. like Paladin's obviously the outlier, but like Rogue has that problem, Sork has that problem, Barbarian has that problem. Maybe not as much. Like Leap and Hoda are you know, I'm gonna say kind of close, not, but like Leap is just better. Then you got, but yeah, I think all classes kind of like stuck with like one or two specific builds that are just considerably stronger than the others in terms of the pit pushing part of things. Like if you're talking about like regular end game, then all classes have a lot of builds that work really well. Lunging strike. I don't know why I call it leap, but yes, lunging strike. Sorry. But yeah, squishy estate. I mean, rogues get mollywop too, but we also, I think the push Heartseeker is pretty tanky because of like some really weird stuff that we don't want to use or play at all. It just kind of happened to be baked into the build. But if you play anything besides push Heartseeker, it is really squishy on rogue too. Ironically enough, Rain of Arrows you can play at a distance, so you get to avoid a lot of things, but you still get popped. You just got to be like extremely careful. By the way, just like Raven is saying that he's got a mythic Nightmare Dungeon key. Anybody want in? We got 2 spots for a mythic prankster. I still think that season 2 was the best. Season 2 was a pretty big change in the loop for sure. But like how we farmed. I would love this game to have similar build diversity as say PoE2. I don't know if that's the case either. DS Lily kind of says it's the same thing. You know, you play your top X builds or whatever, and then that's kind of it. But I think the difference between PoE2 and D4 is that like PoE2 doesn't have a leaderboard like that, like a third party leaderboard where you're pushing for a certain tier of power. You know, if it did, the build diversity would be also very limited because you'll only have a few builds that will be able to do the said thing. The difference is in Diablo 4 is if you remove the third party leaderboards, let's just say Pit was like capped at 100 or something like that, like, and because the rest of the game is like the rest of the game is actually, you know, there's actual importance. Like anything past Pit 100 is literally like irrelevant. You cap it at 100 and you have a ton of build diversity, right? Yeah. So the reality is that like PoE doesn't have pushing. So when you're doing T15 maps or whatever, that's like the hardest it gets. But it's not like it's not out of the realm of a lot of builds. Whereas like you have Pit, which is kind of endless somewhat. Like no one's gonna reach 150. Well, Paladin might reach 150, but 150 is so far out of range of most classes that it feels endless. So it's kind of hard to say PoE2's diversity when PoE2 doesn't have a pushing aspect. Does that make sense? DS Lily kind of explains it a little bit better than I do about that. But yeah, it's all action RPGs kind of run into that same problem. The only time it's not a problem is when there's not a push element. If there's not a competitive element or a leaderboard element or whatever, like then you have a lot more build diversity. But anyways, anybody wants in on the mythic prankster key? Anybody? Last meal, cool. What's your battle tag? Or do I already have you on my list? If you throw enough currency at a build in PoE2, pretty much anything is possible. But like I said, like there's no infinite scaling or near infinite scaling mechanics in PoE2. So if that existed in D4, we will have the same thing. or D4 would be looked at the same way. In fact, most of the top builds wouldn't be top builds anymore because it'd be more about speed rather than power. It's just that Pit gives an illusion that some classes are stronger than others in some sense in a particular content that's mostly relevant in the game. I get why people do it. Don't get me wrong. I get why that's a thing, but it's just kind of unfortunate that it is that way. What do you think about this push Heart Seeker build? Oh, I know. I had to write it on Maxro, so I'm well aware of this catastrophe. I hated writing it. I think it's awful. I think it's downright like just complete shit to play. I hate every aspect of it. Like it feels nothing like Heartseeker to begin with, like at all. It's like literally the opposite of everything Heartseeker stood for. Feel like what's going on. Just you better have a great night's rest when you go to sleep. Enjoy New Year's weekend. And don't drink and drive and stay in school. Okay. Okay. I will. Okay. Anybody else want in? We got one spot for one more. I'm new to action RPG. I just finished the original campaign. Don't really know where to go. It's saying something about a level 10 pit for a tournament. Other than that, I'm lost. So this season there is some like capstones, like seasonal capstones. You'll kind of see them like right here and stuff, like Hellish Descent. There's another one here. These are like for like more so the season rewards. But generally speaking, I would go and like continue to do the quest stuff, like follow the quest journey. But Pit would be this thing right here. So if you go to Saragar, which is where I'm at right now, you got a little obelisk here, and then you push that, and then you'll get like a tier, a pit, or whatever. This can't be done until you like unlock a certain difficulty level in the game. But once you do, this will open up, and then you kind of just go from there. Did you do the expansion campaign too, or? All right, we got one more coming. Rasika, what's going on? This is so old. This epic rap battle history with Bruce Jenner. Before it's on. Okay, cool. Season tag gives choke points for what to do per rank. Yeah. Hi log, what's going on? Looking like my encoder is having some problems with my high set. I'm pretty sure it's because I have high settings. Yep, there we go. Put the medium. Hopefully I don't crash by doing this. Come on. There we go. All right, we'll just wait for Raven. So I don't have my speed build on. I'm still using the build that I was trying to fit the Penitent Greaves in. So I'm not gonna be as zoomy. Appreciate the follow. Yeah, I'm not as zoomy as I normally would be. Although this actually isn't too bad. Uh-oh. I guess we all we all gotta go over. Okay, what's he got? Oh. That's yeah, I guess I should just waited. Also, by the way, Blankton, you said have you ever tried twisting blades? I have not. It's hard to try anything right now with the sanctification being the way it is. I'm just trying to get my first build sanctified, let alone anything else. I did play some Heartseeker though towards the beginning, before I put together Rain of Arrows. But I did tell myself I was gonna play more Rain of Arrows this season than previous seasons. Cause I usually play a lot of Heartseeker. So this season I was like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on Rain this time around. Got a lot of Saligs here. Season 2 was the first we got powers yet. The vampires, yeah. Vampiric powers. And then that little like thing that they always had here has like basically remained for season after season after season after season. The template basically. GG Joe. You Twitch. Alright, well, do that. Grab some more mythics. What we got?
What's still got some good in it? Use it well.
Did I get a crazy sanctify already? I actually did. I finally got something really good, and it was grandfather on Penitent Greaves boost, but unfortunately it's not the setup that I normally play. Like this would be for like a push setup or something. So I don't really do a lot of pushing, but I guess for tower this should be fine. But I really wanted it on beast wall beats, honestly. I really wanted it on beast beats. I was kind of sad about that, but I'm not mad about this. But it's kind of forced me to play this right now to kind of explore some things now. It's still not, yeah, it's still not, I'm not regretting it by any means. I just kind of, you know, for a setup, for a variation I wasn't going to play, at least not anytime soon. I got that. Okay, wait a minute. Do another mythic. What we got? Then there's some bugs with Chronoloucian and some Paragon board things probably. That I have to kind of investigate. And I really don't feel like doing that. But that's a lot of work trying to peel apart what could be the conflicts. But it was something that Peacher found, and now I'm just like, oh no, because it might affect multiple builds. But it's like, graded to graded affix. I should not. Oh, graded to graded affix twice. Sad. Alright. You played for 194 hours now and got 3 pranksters. I've only gotten 1. I don't know how many hours I actually played. I don't know if it's been that many. Maybe not that many. Maybe not that many hours. I've been mostly casualish this season outside the first week. Right, we got a whisper here. Probably just gonna prep dungeons, not dungeons, bosses for stuff. Let me see. I'm gonna push it. If I crash, I know what did it. Let's see if I actually crash. Come on. Come on. Looks like the stream is fine. Looks like it. Looks like it did it. Okay, get in. Can I kick one mythic prank through? I thought we were gonna do it. Oh no, none of us had any. It was just him. He was the only one that had one. So he was just being nice. But yeah, sure. If you want to do another party, sure. I can get Raven back in too. Raven, you there still? He's like, all right, well, yeah, request invite. Let's go. We can even get Blanchard back in there. J Kicker can play for one more. I don't know if Blanton is still here. Or I can whisper Peacha. How you pick them about that build? Don't know because I don't push. But the general consensus mathematically is that it should reach about 120. All right, Blanton. Request invite. Oh no, man, you can come in. $120 is good though. I mean, it is. It's decent. I just don't find Pit fun enough to make those attempts. Hopefully, Tower might be a little more fun. I got a halfway decent Starless. Yeah, I was looking at your whatchamacallits. Got accelerating on that one. Okay. Intercom. Monica. Uh-oh. Do it again. Standing still with Necros do best. I got that same intercom on my Starless, but I can't wear it with the shard setup. Like shard and precision, I can't wear Starless. It literally ruins the rotation. I want to use Starless with the shard setup, but I can't. No. I'm about to switch to my like regular speed setup. It's so hard to play this setup in like normal content. Shuriken, appreciate the follow. Great for bosses though, but I just don't have any speed. Yeah. Yeah, push only setup basically is what this is. I'm gonna go back to Beast Flobbies. Grease Shrine, gotcha. Also one god. All right, thank you, sir. I'm gonna need to take this to the armory so I can like switch out to something different.
guide my hammer. My hammer sings on your return. Solid bits here.
Actually, I really can't even use Starless right now. That's alright. Whatever. We'll do it just for the other setup.
There's a good one.
Finding the heavy signatures on your interact is a game changer.
More there than I
Oh, yeah, interact will. Gotcha. That's a good point. I never thought about doing that, to be honest.
Stars guide you.
Yeah, so we got that.
see some steel you need.
Forge a couple of mythics. All bad. We can forge like 2 more. Yep.
Use it well.
Amulet. Jacob.
Better than starving.
Salvage both. Do it again. We got ring.
Some solid bits here.
Gotta be a task speed. If I'm gonna do this, it's gonna have to be a task speed. Yep.
I'll keep my forge hot, return soon. Put those pieces to good use.
Excellent find.
I'm the only merchant with Jacarats. Good business, good business.
New legendary power added. What was it? Oof. Sag. Alright, well. Back to boss farming. I think I'll use a crossbow for the boss farming. I still need a better Quarter Con.
Hammer sings on your return.
Do that. And we'll do, yeah, we'll do Gregory. Actually, we'll do a bit of Gregory. How many stills do I have left now? Yeah, more than enough. Yep, Gregory it is. feel like this is literally my loop for like like all the way up until tower. I gotta start this guy's first chest open. I do wonder, like with Lucian. The thing is, like I can't play the setup without Lucian. Oh, I'm saying not without the Lucian, but it feels. I guess I'll spend enough resources to play it without Lucian. Or at least this setup. Yeah, I don't spend enough resources. So whatever Paragon knows may not work, might be a problem. Sephardi, what's going on? You got lucky. You got a nice slasher as a sanctification on your star list. Oh, Heartseeker build. Yeah. Come on. Not the best to make you slap. It's something. It is something. They want to keep that for test purposes. And this one's roll kind of okay. Wow. I can never worry about penitent greaves again. Like I would never have to look at one up here ever. But Tabalt's Will, Crown of Lucian, Air, Word of Hakan, Any Rings, Shroud of Varathiel. There are a lot of things and Shroud. There are a lot of things I really need to get some sanctifications on. In fact, actually, I did get like an okay shard. Not that one. I think it was this one. Am I thing full again? Yeah, it is.
You lose a little mass to dust.
It's kind of a low saint roll, but it is something. When is World Boss? It's not even showing up on the map. Wait, what do I not have the resources? Hold on. What elixir did I use? That's why. I was trying the other thing. That's a pretty decent amulet. Also okay enough. 47%, 41%. Drunken, what's going on? Frog? Let's try to rat through him. What's the GA on? Maximum resource. They gotta hold on to it still then. You need to change your name again. Wait, what was your previous name? I feel like I kind of remember, but not really.
I forge more than
Oh, you haven't had Dragon 43. So what's the 83 for? Is that like your birth? Oh, fragment. Okay, gotcha.
use it well.
Either was a year born. Yeah, I figured that. You're old. You're like 2 years older than me. But yeah, you're Ankh for sure. That's where we're at. Having to use that terminology because that's like literally all of what my students tell me all the time. It's the new OK Boomer reference type thing. When that was a thing for like a while. What does it mean? It just means it gets to basically meaning that you're old, basically. Like it basically replaces OK Boomer, if that makes it. Uncle's a boomer. I mean, to make it easy. I mean, you can relate the two to that. So instead of saying OK Boomer, they would just kind of just say, you know, Unc, you're Unc. Like anything that's like considered old or like older adult, old-ish or like that. It's considered Unc. Similar concept. I had one of my students and was like, you know, because I guess that person, not my student, but like, well, not my actual student, but like they're in the class. But he'll come out. He's like, yeah, you know, you tend to like you always dress like an Ankh. I'm like, I am Ankh. He's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 40. And he's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I dress my age. Sounds about right. Like, how young did you think I was? I know I got like that baby face sometimes. Yeah, sure, Frog. Are you on my friends list already or no? Gotcha. All right, yeah, we were doing a few of them earlier, but yeah, I can get some to jump in. I probably do those who are probably already on my friends list though. Yeah, let me finish this one round and then you can request invite. I'm a boomer and I'm still a bit boomer. Let me know. Yeah, after this round, push me. Okay, not a single word this time around. What can I cast? Thank you. What's the point of Star Shards for Dance of Knives? Are the Star Shards also lucky hit? Yes. Yeah, everything about that build is not meant for Dance of Knives damage, but to either boost the damage of the poison trap that's proc by Dance of Knives, or boost the poison traps themselves, damage wise. All right, cool. Frog, go ahead and request invite. Oh, lag.
I could use some assistance.
Oh, sorry. What was the trade window?
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
I don't need a Fist of Fate, but I'll take the Tabal's Will. It's hard to like get like excited for really really good items because it's all about the sync at the end of the day. It's like, oh man, that's great, and then you have to think about like how rare it is that you're gonna have to really be able to get a good sync on that item, on that really good item you got, a proper one. All right, let me see if I can invite somebody else. Hold on. He's busy. Already in the party. And like most of my friends just play more than I do. He's like for now. Like somebody use a fit. Yeah, I am. But like it's gonna be hard for me to beat these. For sure. It's like the rest of the stats don't matter per se. It's just that you got 300 and then you got like a max aspect of any sort. Yeah, it works. Now, of course, if I had the GA like GA attack speed as a fate, I think I would have preferred that. But like, can't be that picky. Like, I might hit a break point. I'm not sure. if I had GA on it. You can run combo points if the shards didn't lucky hit. No, they do. Yeah, I feel so slow with this version. Come on. 'Cause I can't spend enough energy for this kind of farming that quickly. Should be just this, unless, well, I guess we can clear. Nobody push. This is such a good parody. Oh, I got 4 Doombringers out of that. You're kicking one? Okay. You got 4 sparks? Yeah, pretty much. 5, yeah. 4 sparks in the Andy's helm. Same ordeal. Two more Doombringers. Be there in 15 years. GG, thanks for the, what was that? That was 3 mythic pranksters we did. Yeah, GG's. I mean, they end up being more sparse than anything, but yeah, still trying to get what you want and need. Nice. Nah, Sada, we just random. We just random. I was trying to get you in first. Yeah. Sorry.
Very well.
Yeah.
Greetings. How shall I
So
guide
let's
my hammer?
salvage all these there. Send 7 mythic caches.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
They were all helms?
Panda Glass, you aided my
Oh,
stream
okay,
with
those ones.
67
Yo,
views.
dog
I was going to say.
We just got raided,
Silly.
son.
Panda with
You
the
know
raid
how we
with
do.
6-7 viewers.
Drop my new beat for these new viewers.
Sheezy out. What up, sir? Appreciate the raid in. I guess I did say 6-7 views. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't unsee it. My students will never let off of it, no matter what. We're a boss 5 minutes, really? Oh, that's quick. He wasn't even on the map like 15 minutes ago for me for some reason. Well, I mean, the old boomer joke was what? Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9, right? And we'd be like, ha 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 ha, right? You know, like we were so clever and cool, right? But now we can't even say that yet. We can't even say the first part of the joke anymore without like, you know, the memes, and it's like, Sag. But why was 10 scared? No idea, actually. I feel like I've heard this before. Casual BPM was up. Because it's between 9 and 11. It's been a long time since I heard that. And yeah, welcome in, y'all. We are not doing too much of stuff, just casual boss farming ish, and we did some. Let me actually lower this. My encoder is saying some things. Actually, we're gonna do this. We're gonna risk it. Let me see my PC and stream crashes. Like we're good. Like we're okay. Nothing died yet. If my FPS kind of took a hit though. Alright, definitely not worth. About the quality. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just go to World Boss real quick. Well, go ahead and masterword these and then go to World Boss. How am I finding the Season 11 gameplay loop for Rogue? Well, I mean, I guess it'll be the same for all classes, really, right? Or I guess most classes. The loop itself might be different. Boss you might want to farm or whatever, but the loop is generally the same. I find the loop kind of boring, honestly, to be honest with you. However, I like what they did this season. I think they did a lot of positive things this season for the game, but I do find the loop kind of boring. Like I kind of avoid Asmodan for the most part right now, just because yeah. Sharing this out loud. What's this? Yeah, I've never heard that one before either. Frog. That's new to me. Quality increase. Legendary power added. Okay. Oh, we got Shaco on air condition. I can't use it with this setup though. I can't use air conditioner in this setup though. Fortunately, I can on my B swab read setup, but I can't use air in this setup. Oh, I can't. Yeah, sorry, I can't use Shaco in this setup because I can't use air. But for my speed setup, sure, that works. So I guess I'll hold on to that. And it's got the movement speed on it, so I'll take that. You play a barrage with air. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if it's conflicting with arenas and some other stuff. But that's such a lot of damage missing, though. Like, that's like so crazy to think about. In terms of the the difference you're experiencing between the two helms. So it has to be more than just. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say more than just, but I mean, I guess if it's just deactivating the helm, then I guess that is the correct amount. Now that I think about it. But I guess the question would be: is it because of the older bugs, or is it because of any new bugs? Let me have it. Yeah, I totally can't use it with the shard version at all. But I will definitely put that on my speed setup for sure. I'm gonna play a rogue, but I just don't really want to do the gearing. It's kind of more hard to really want to do the gearing anyways in general after doing the gear for one class because of all the sanctification stuff. Like how I get in one before, yeah. I probably would have caught myself before I actually said it, but I appreciate it. Shroud is getting kind of lame. Can't see anyone's characters anymore. Little bosses, everyone is stuff. Well, Shroud is just like, it's such an overused mythic now in general. Like, it's just way too good. And it's been that way since season 5, I think. Season 5 or season 6? I don't remember. I think it was, no, season 6. I think it's when Shroud came in, so. So it's been a new, since then. Nice being done with the pit now since August or 100. Yeah. Eric, what's going on? I see you out there. There was like one season where people rolled tears. But yep, that was season 5. Yep, that was the chest you wanted in season 5. Unless you want to try to go with some utility damage chest, but like it was hard to do on some builds without like getting mollywopped in front of hordes at the time. Yes, this song is on my playlist on purpose. By the way, for those of you who are new here, this is a classic, a cult classic. I gotta think about my female audience too. Kind of grew up with this. John, what's up? forgot. Did I get anything? Think about switching back to Heartseeker. What are you playing now?
See some steel you need? My hammer's
Well, I mean, you have the armory. You can kind of play whatever you want, whenever you want, right? Oh, you got switch. Oh, you've been on your paladin. Gotcha. Oh, were you here 2 days ago? Donna Deck, were you here when I was talking about why I think Skyhunter might be bait for Random Barrels? The strong, like the push variant or whatever like that. GA amulet. Alright, let's go farm a different boss. Was it when we had talked about it and you helped me? No. This was 2 days ago. Because I did a last stream, which was 2 days ago. Oh, so it was definitely after that. Yeah. It's interesting because like, so I got this last stream. So I got the grandfather on the Penitent Greaves, right? Which, like, for the Shard of Wrathiel version, like, it's good for it, right? Like, I mean, that's what that's good for. But for the speed version, which I particularly tend to rather play, I would have wanted that on Beast Swabbers, right? But I was just slamming both boots because I was like, well, if I ever do the push version, would I ever get something? And so I got the grandfather on these boots. So I'm like, you know what? Let's switch the versions or whatever, the variation or whatever, and do it with Shard. So I was back and forth doing it with Shard with the regular bow and then also Skyhunter. And I was kind of doing the math between the two again. And Skyhunter on paper, it seems like it would be a teeny bit stronger. But the way that it plays out when you're actually using it, like the crossbow is like considerably better. And I had to kind of like think about why, and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here that's making this considerably easier with me with the crossbow versus the Skyhunter and the other pieces around it. And I came to the conclusion that the second wave just takes forever to hit to like land. So like when you cast and you get like a second wave with Skyhunter, that second wave just takes like 4 or 5 seconds before it hits. So by that time, the enemies are already unstoppable. So like that means that a good chunk of the second wave of damage is really not hitting. It's really not doing much because they're already unstoppable. Whereas with like a crossbow, all your damage is one wave, but it's all on the forefront and it hits like a truck, but it's one wave. So you want to hit as hard as you possibly can before they become unstoppable. So like in a push case scenario, the Skyhunter is kind of bait. When you think about it in the sense of enemies becoming unstoppable. Not only that, but you only get like half the value maybe of the Skyhunter's unique affix versus full value of whatever you put on your legendary weapon in a sense. That's kind of where that came from. So even though now I'm doing the shard variant because of the boots I got, I am not going to use the Skyhunter. I don't see a reason to. What was I gonna do? I came over here for something. Yeah. I'll do like one pit. So Skyhunter is no longer optimal. I mean, it's still good. It's just that the two-hand crossbow is it's noticeably like an improvement over the Sky Hunter. Like this is the short variant right now with the two-hand bow. Two-hand crossbow. Oh, this is oh, they're all unstoppable. Ashen, what's going on? I hate that thing. No, run out of mobs. Yeah, so it's a sub 3-minute run for a T100. Almost 2.5 minutes there. But there were several times where like a single tick like hit like for like over 1 trillion. Like 1 trillion, 2 trillion roughly. Like per actual tick of a ring. I know that's not a lot when you compare it to like the push variant of like Heartseeker, but for anything else from Rogue, that's like quite nice. What's best Rogue build right now? The strongest hitting Rogue build right now is push Heartseeker or OM Orphan Maker Heartseeker. Or someone he said they're making the pally. Oh, no, he said he had a pally. He's been on his paladin. Sorry.
See some steel you need.
But yeah, so that's that. This is the shard version, but with the crossbow instead. And not sure if I'm gonna when or at what point am I gonna make the update for the max roll guide for that per se. I probably should. I think I probably might wait until like I actually do it in the tower before I make the adjustment. All right, so back to boss farming. I'm using the push version to do 100 level pictures now. Just a minute. No, that was the push version just now. Like this is with the shard. Anytime you see Shard of Varathio, it's like the push version. It's really hard to kind of like speed farm with this though, and you don't really need to. Like the Beastfall Barrage thing is considerably faster to speed farm with in general. Period. like I said, I'm only like getting more acquainted with this because I got the grandfather on the boots or whatever. So I now want to play this a little bit more just to get more acquainted with it. Otherwise, I'd be playing my normal setup, the mythic version instead. But nah, it didn't want to roll the grandpappy on my whatchamacallit. Is what it is. Yeah, how many do I have? This is a good rap battle between the two. This the song.
What's left, you ask?
Minstrel Cyclist. Let's get some peaceful updates up in here.
Excellent fight.
Savage, what's going on? Use over to smash it. A small plastic door hinge for your 20-year-old built in fridge directly from. Oh, whoops. Looking from the company who built it. Didn't know it was so possible, and I would have him buy new. Surprised they still had it too. All right, Frog, you have a good one. Be well, yes, sir.
See some steel you need?
It's on your mule. What is? realize I don't have a lot of decent ice mats in general. Oh, that was some mule. Is that what you named it? Oh, nice. You still enjoy the season? Yeah, I mean the honestly it is this desensitization kind of keeps you playing. Like as much as that might annoy you to try to get what you want where you want or whatever. It is the carrot for sure that kind of keeps the season going. Almost a full backpack. Okay. Whenever you want to throw those my way, just let me know. Blaine? What's up, man? How's it going? Will I play PoE 2 at some point again? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure I would. I actually plan on playing after the tower, probably. Like that was the plan. Probably the end of January, maybe early February-ish. You're on normal. Oh, because you're mule. That's right. Is that a necro mule? Just woke up, about to drink some coffee and chill. So how much did you? I might do a lot of slams tonight on the boots part of things. Hold on. I need space. I need space. Hold up. But dang, Peacha, you grinding. This is a good rap battle too. Yeah, Peach man, yeah. The song is so good though. Alright, well. I'm gonna run out of heavily sigils. Pretty soon. But that's a good problem to have because those are usually a lot easier to farm. I just haven't farmed them. I'm just losing with Leona. If it's not Leona, it's just something else. Yeah, it'll be nice to know. Because that can be a hidden problem that we don't really know about. For those who are watching on the Twitch stream, how does the quality look on the Twitch stream? Did it seem like it like dropped significantly, or is it still roughly what it looked like a minute ago? I'm playing with some different settings on my encoder, so I'm just kind of curious. Let's see. I guess back to Beast and Ice. Oh, I can't even do it. I was like, wait a minute, why are there none of the bosses? Still on normal, apparently. There we go. Yeah, like almost all of my friends are grinding. Like you say, there's like a drop in frames a little bit. On loading screens or whatnot, that's gonna happen. That being said, let's take the see what happens. Everything is sharp and smooth. Okay. Oh, my elixir ran out. Yeah, I can't cast as much. Elixir problem. Have I had some good things this last stream? No. Oh well, actually, I did get a Shaco on an air perdition, but I can't use it on this. I gotta go back to the other Rain of Arrows setup to use it because I have to have crown for this one. Like I can't not have it. The build won't function. So I got that mustache just chilling for when I do go back to the Beast Wall version for speed farming. Right now I'm still kind of on the two-hand crossbows better than Skyhunter Arc for the shard variant, and just kind of playing around with that for now. But looks like I'm out of distilled juice. But it feels like I'm trying to gear both.
Use it well.
Because I do find the Beastfall version like a bit more fun to play because it's so smooth.
Beware the envious, my friend.
Go with Rex here.
Hate that.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What you need? What's still got some good in it?
Again.
More there than I thought. See some steel you need?
But I feel like I spend more of my time in this game right now, literally at the vendors, adding sockets, masterworking, and then eventually sanctifying, playing slot machine basically. But I think we can for sure use more aspirational content. Hoping the expansion kind of gives us that. Both of those are useless. Okay, we'll do it again.
I hope you appreciate that.
See some steel you need?
The ring is definitely working. Okay, that makes things a bit more difficult then.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hand? Some solid bits here. Okay then, guess it's my turn.
Endeavor, what's going on? Appreciate you. How you been? All right. Yo, this epic rap battle. This is the first one. Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler, where it all started before they had like part 2 and part 3. See, I want to do real. Actually, let's go back to town. This is one of the OG. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Part 2 and part 3 were actually really cool. I like the video of part 2 and part 3 better than like part 1, because you actually like, you know, it's kind of like more of a skit as well. But it was all good. Jewelry crafting. I need to go to the
Magic.
Alchemist. So what we got? Harbinger. Oh, whoops.
Oh, an exquisite concoction.
Do I really want to give out that many Urivars though? Probably not. I really should have did um Aberrant Heart anyways, to be honest. I crafted so many Endorios just because I wasn't really I didn't think about it before I thought about what I needed for for items. But kind of can't take it back now. So, although I think, oh, I guess you know what? No, never mind. Let's just go slam. Let's just slam anyways. Let's just get rid of this inventory that I just that I was given. I might leave the shards in there for now, but let's do the beastful abuse first. It'd be easy. So I kind of want to go back to playing the other version. I really do. And getting a nice roll on beastful would be my way back. What else is there? I guess we can do the GA Word of Hakons. I'm at it. Yeah, and get those in there as well. All right. Go ahead and get most of this disappointment out the way. Good luck. You got the popcorn ready. Oh man. All right.
The hammer sings when you return.
Let me put holes in the add the sockets real quick. What I find interesting though is that like Mukuna is kind of over the season. It's so odd to kind of see him not be that invested in any season really. Like pushed to the top for a little bit before some of the other Chinese people do it towards the end. Or you know, mid-season on. Yeah, I guess I re-roll that just because it's got nice stats on it. So
Some solid bits here. There's a good one.
agile.
Some solid bits here. There's a good one.
Oops. Where am I at? Here? Yeah, here we go. Resource. Down. Yeah. I guess with the GA on the rain arrows, I can just some like ultimate damage. But there you go. That works. Arrows pull down now. Roll. Sure. That's such a low roll on it. Have so am I on a new season now? Yeah. I'm just this is the slam part of things. Slamming is like trying to add a powerful affix to an item already. So this is like the definitely not interesting part at all. Like if you play, you're like waiting for the gambling outcome, but if you don't play, this is like completely uninteresting content for you in a sense. I'm gonna get back the boss killing pretty soon after I attempt some slams for an upgrade. Yeah, definitely could have been a better way for Blizzard to do this, but I understand this is just, you know, a season, so it's not like it's sticking around forever. I think they could have found a better way to kind of make this more streamlined. You gotta get a new character, yeah. The Paladin. I think you would really like the Paladin a lot, like a lot. Yeah, but you get the Paladin but you have to pre-order the expansion to be able to play the Paladin now. So there is a little bit of like a disclaimer on that, but the Paladin's actually really well done, and it features all like the newer skill trees type stuff that we would expect in their next expansion. Just gamble 20 maces, 18 boosts, all rips. Is a new expansion coming? Yeah. They just said they were going to do an expansion every year for Diablo 4, but that definitely did not happen because no expansion happened in 2025. So and there's a new class when the expansion drops too. So technically, there's 2 new classes coming with the expansion. They just gave us the 1 new class early. Mainly to kind of build hype and stuff. There's a good marketing plan because it also works really well with their quarterly, like, you know, reports or whatever. Like, you know, make a bunch of money for the end of a quarter for your for your shareholders, and so that worked out really well for them. And last kid was broken. Oh yeah, Spiritborn, yeah. So Paladin's not that broken, but Paladin's definitely stronger than every other class. But I'm pretty surely we all know that that's on purpose for expansion cells and stuff. You would fix added stuff. Greater fix, item quality. Fix added. That's a lot of movement speed. Actually, kind of want to keep that one just for like regular farming. Let's see if any other ones that roll kind of 5.6% dex. Anyways, we're trying to go Grandpappy or bus. It's much what everybody's been trying to do. Legendary powers, healing potions. Fix added. Legendary power. Okay, what's that? Fix added. Fix added. Greater fix. Greater fix. Quality increase. Fix replace. Legendary power added. What is it? Anglers. Anyone did the math on the chance against specific powers? I'm sure someone did. It's like astronomically low, which is why it's all a quantity over quality game or season basically. That's why so many people are like, you know, like slamming like pretty, you know, mediocre items just because like the outcome of what could be possible is still greater than like some of the fixes you could have gotten or whatever. This is actually slightly better than what I ironically enough. Well, I don't know, the 219 dex might still be better than the 50 distance thing. Give me something different, please. Item quality increase. Greater 2 greater affix. Ugh. Rough. So these beast ball boots here for just for funsies. It's actually kind of cool to play with, but everything else is a fail. Alright, so the Sag. I guess now I kind of want to continue. Just go ahead and just do the rest of the what are her cons. I gotta get something right. What do I still have? This. Oh, that has the ultimate skill thing. That's right. In case I get a different role of that somewhere else. Where's that? Oh, yeah, that's my weapon. So like, yeah, if I was to get a different thing on my weapon, then this would actually be okay. Oh, what is a 752? So like, this really is. I don't know. It's got like on the Warlord Con, it's got to be a Starless or bust type ordeal at this point, unless I roll like a unless it's like an 800 item power Warlord Con, I get for her or something on it or whatever. But outside of that, like it's got to be. No, let's go ahead and do the shards too while I'm at it. When is patch day? I would assume next week. Well, actually, it might. I think they might actually do it all at one time. Like they might bring the tower out with the patch. So it might just be when the tower releases when they'll have the patch as well. Like the updates or whatever changes that they're gonna make. I really wish they need to like they would get like an indicator for a precision proc. I feel like that is like sorely needed.
A forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need? There's a good one.
Buff sorcerer nerf valley. I think then they're not gonna touch Pally until like touch it in terms of power is concerned until like the expansion. They'll bring it down in the next expansion, so therefore the new class when the expansion comes out gets the shine at that point. Gotta get people to want to play that then.
Some solid bits here. Oh, they're gonna block.
Demon Hunter. I'd be very surprised if they did that and then somehow like rework Rogue into more of a melee assassin type sort of thing. Like that would be the day. Gotta wait for Wish Doctor for the Pally nerf. When does the new expansion come out? April 20 something? April 28th? Something like that. Definitely like towards the end of April. But hey, let me cope in my corner. When does the season end? February? Has to be February sometime in February. So that means the next season will be pretty short because of the expansion right after that. Like this season won't be extra long because of the expansion. Like it'll end like around normal time-ish, and then we'll have a short season after that, like a filler season before the expansion. At least that's the assumption. All right, let's see anything here. Got raw attack speed.
Some solid bits here. There's a good one. Oh, they're gonna block.
4 billion. 4 billion is not a lot right now. It is not a lot. This is like without any like actual trading or anything. So this is just from playing the game. People who got gold is like probably capped. You know, like easily like 700, 800, 900 billion gold roughly. Like that's like real gold. What I got is like, you know, Andy's worth amount, which I guess that like this season, like getting gold is actually easier than it has been. So yeah, this is like the normal amount, I guess you could say. It sounds crazy, but that is the truth. Let's see. Legendary power added. What we got? No. No. Legendary power added. Okay. It is teasing me. Fix or replace. Fix added. Fix added. Some quality increase. Some quality increase. Integrated affix. Visionary power added. Okay. Okay. That's actually okay. I can work with that. I can work with that. Conceded on a shard. Which means that I gotta figure out what to do with the other. Where am I at? So I got. Yeah, so I have conceded here. So that means I have to change conceded out for something else. Probably for her. No, actually, no, I have for her here, but it's like a low roll. But this is the old shard. Okay, so we'll do. Yeah, so I guess it's. I mean, yeah, it is somewhat of an upgrade for this particular set, just to set up. Because I go conceded and then I do for her here instead. So, I mean, it's a little better, I guess. I forgot I have for her on the. It's a low roll, so the other for her would be a lot better than this one for sure. Yeah, it's basically almost just like trading out the powers, but that's actually not bad. Definitely a usable one. But because I already got the other ones here, we're gonna go ahead and certify these since I already upgraded. So we did get one thing that was useful. Not like a jackpot one, but definitely one that's like okay, like I can keep that shard and feel fine about it. For rain, that is.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return
I think I won't mess with it like in terms of like figuring this out and getting rid of this tonight, but we'll come back. We'll come back to it. When you get some time, just come over to the Where Winds Meet for a few. I think after he's gonna promote business about it. I think after Tower, like when Tower hits, which is like mid-January, I'll probably do about a week of that, and then I'll be back to not back, but at that point I'll be exploring different things I may want to play. But until then, this is basically the Tower grind for sure. That's kind of like the new exciting-ish type content coming. Supposedly exciting, I'll put it that way. We'll see what actually ends up happening. Yeah, what mask do I have so I can grind? Uivar does the amulets, right? I can get rid of her constant Uivar as well as Gregory, so I got a bunch of those, so that works. At this point, it's more so of like What other ones do I want to do? Do I want to do um we'll do Harbinger Act. So normally if I'm a lot, I'll do him. Bunch. I gotta be able to get some decent Word of Hookons with the amount of mass I have. Got to. It's gotta happen. Tower, yeah. Tower is kind of like it's like the new game mode that's kind of similar to Greater Rifts and Diablo 3. It's supposed to be the competitive mode for Diablo 4 with like actual leaderboards inside the game, which is where, you know, it's kind of where the excitement is right now. Oh, whoops. That's actually why people are going through the process of like this whole like sanctifying everything kind of thing, because everyone wants to have the best character they can going into the leaderboards or whatever in the tower. That's kind of what's keeping people kind of hooked through this portion of the season, because like we're about 3.5 weeks in. How's Rain versus Heartseeker? Well, I mean, the pit push version of Heartseeker is stronger than Rain of Arrows. I'll put it that way. In terms of like speed farming or like regular farming in general, I think they're both very good. It just kind of just becomes about preference. I'm choosing to do Rain because I've done Heartseeker so many times, so many seasons. So I did build Heartseeker early on, and then I kind of switched to Rain because I really want to focus on Rain this season. But over time, with me playing Rain of Arrows a lot this season, I really like it in terms of like how it feels and the visual presentation and stuff. But like, I put it this way, if you're buying a car with the means of like, if the goal is how fast can the car go, then and that's like the most important thing for you, then like you should go Heartseeker. But if the other stuff like is important, like the quality of the seats, gas, mileage and fun factor, all the other things about the car, then like I guess you can go with standard Heartseeker, like the mythic version, not the push version, or Rain of Arrows. They're both very, very good. 10-4. I'm getting a late start as I was playing a lot of PoE2. Oh, well then it's gonna be really hard for you to push really high if you can like a late start, because sanctification is a long process. unless you just have like the best luck in the world. It's an insanely long process. So, yeah, not pushing. Okay. Well, in that case, standard Heartseeker or Rain is fine. You can't go wrong with either one. Okay, where is Harbinger? Allow. Harbinger's here, right? There we go. Unless it was hardcore. Are you gonna try hardcore there or? Softcore Andy. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your, well, I guess it's Definitely past Saturday. It's Sunday now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Well. It took a while for that thing for the altar to come back. Did you find anything else out, Peachy? Get him warm and enjoy 361 days in a row. By the way, that's my Endeavor is my bro in real life, like actual brother. I don't really care about what, like the percentage of the boss world. How about I'll just bound it work exactly? I'm just seeing 35% increased damage on imbued. It should just be just a multiplier to whatever skill is imbued. Like it shouldn't be any like fancy what ifs about it. Is it not giving you the full value at all? It says 50% increase elemental damage, so it's not. I think 30. I think it was 30 or 35. 30 was the old value, right? So I don't even. I can't even say that it's getting the old value because it's like 5% stronger.
My hammer sings on your
Yeah. But you said you're getting 35 on Eldritch Bounty. Yeah, there shouldn't be any weird shenanigans that should cause it to give it less than what it says. Doombringer. Always end up with like 600 living still. For whatever strange reason, like Gregory just hates dropping the amulet. He's supposed to drop it like WordCon. He does, but it's like he's real stingy with it. Like I had better success with like Uruvar dropping the amulet than like Gregory, which is interesting to me. You can't get a great Shard V sadness. What build are you trying to play for Shard? I guess what necro build is that for? I hardly ever hear anything about necro, so I was like, I don't know what the meta is for them right now. You're running Rails build later today. Cool. That I've been running for farming. Shadow Spirit. Okay. Was not aware that was a thing this season. Bilal's been spawning quite often here. Just pally mode. Got here 7%, 14%. Boss was 20%. 14. I think I'm gonna get like a full inventory of the items I want to slam, and then I'll slam them, cry a bit, and then get off for the night. Yep, that is the play.
My hammer sings on your return.
I just realized I haven't fought Asmodan in that little area in like almost a week. I guess refuse to go down there. The Bricker 4 GA. And yeah, amulet with extras. That's yeah. It's hard to kind of go for like the really good items. Like normally you see him in like, you know, like before in the past you're just like, oh, okay. Like your biggest fear was like just breaking from regular masterworking or regular tempering, I guess.
Got some good in it.
But if it feels unique, you really wasn't that worried about it, obviously, because you can't break it. But it was like, yeah, Now the worry is just more so of, can I hit anything sank wise on it? Because a good sank is gonna like outweigh the how many GAs you have on an item by a significant margin. %. How many mass do I have at this boss left? But is that rain of arrows? Okay, let's.
Use it well.
You can do exclamation mark build if you want. Yeah, let's throw all this in this dash real quick. That's for my last round of sinks tonight. After I finish the master this guy. He's used 6 to long to spawn. My conclusion is that I can't figure out why Lucian isn't performing much better than her. All my bases seem to be working. So if it's not Paragon base, could it be multiplier base now? But multiplier seems to be conflicting with Lucian. Usually anything like skill related used to conflict, right? So I don't know. Could it be rune based? I mean rune would be a stretch, but Yeah. So I guess it has to be something. At least knowing it's not Paragon based is one thing, but there's got to be some multiplier of some sort somewhere that's causing the issue again. And like it makes it really interesting when it comes to like let's say Heartseeker, because it used to have issues with like adaptability or whatever, the conflicts there. That was fixed, but then maybe there's something, you know, with Pangorger's interaction that might make that not be the case. So there's concern, obviously. What pit level can I go through? Well, I guess it depends on like whether I have all my sinks or whatnot. I mean, I think the highest I can get on this character is like a 120, maybe 119, 120. But I don't really do much with the whole pit stuff, to be honest. I do like speed pits or whatever. Like I'll do like a 2.5 minute 100 on this, but pushing. You guys aren't dropping me anything. That's pretty good, dropping me some stuff, and then it's the best build right now. Well, depends on the content you're trying to play. If pushing is the one thing that you care about more than others, then you'll be doing Orphan Maker Heartseeker would be the strongest setup. If pit pushing is not the focus, then technically like Death Trap, Rain of Arrows is also really quick. Standard Heartseeker, like the not mythic version of Heartseeker, is also very good. You have a lot more options if pit pushing isn't the like the absolute focus. So it's kind of hard to answer that question like outright. It just depends on what you care about. Because you can't really use the pit push version for the rest of the game. Like it just doesn't really work. So you can't like, obviously you can't, but it's gonna feel really awful and bad if you try to. Like I wouldn't do that, like Orphan Maker or Seeker for something like this. Like absolutely not. Even if it is the strongest build. I haven't played D4 before. Should I buy expansion against the base game? Will I miss out on stuff if I buy base game? Is there like a any sort of like deal going on with like the base game plus the expansion? Because right now I think there might be like some deals, some like, you know, yeah, like sales or deals for getting getting them all. If that's the case, you might want to do that instead. There's a 40% on Steam. Okay. Parents, what's going on? Usually they usually give you some money off for bundling the expansions or whatnot. I don't feel like you'll miss a ton by not getting the expansions, but like I feel like if you end up liking the game and then you want to get the expansion later, you'll end up paying more money. If that makes sense. So it's kind of like one of those things where, however, sometimes they would do like a little like free trial of the game, the base game that you can play for some time. I know they did that on Steam for a little bit, for like maybe like a weekend or a week or so. Miss non Paladin. Yeah, Paladin's a very good class. Spiritborn is to an extent. So without the expansions, you don't really get some of the other classes. So I guess really depends for you. Like, did you play a lot of D2 or anything by chance? You don't get mercs or runes with that vessel. Yeah, true. But like, not all builds technically need the mercs or the runes, to be honest. Most of it, most builds are kind of like, you know, function just fine without. It's just more damage for most builds. Some builds you absolutely need the runes for them to actually work properly, but most are just like, oh, more damage. Put a Hakan. What up, J-Rockets? Are you still on a college break, parents? Are y'all still on break? It added the Starless and Hakan give more resource cost or anything for the build versus rolling out on another piece 10 versus 15%, or it's just damage. It's both. It's both. So for the majority of the builds, that's a great thing. Like you typically do want a Starless on a, if you can get it on like a main weapon, if it's worth more than any aspect you can get, then the main weapon would be great. Like a two-hander like that. But like generally speaking, like on the amulet, it's actually like really, really good to have it if you can get it. Just got 4G. All right. So we have one round. We're gonna do one round of, or one more round of Saints, and then that might be me calling it for the evening. Here we go. Take all these here. Actually, let me. Yeah. You got it on a Perdition Helm. Oh, that's actually really good. I mean, getting a Starless in general anywhere is like phenomenal. But, like, don't undersell that by any means. I mean, yeah, it would be stronger on the amulet. Like, it'll be like 50% stronger on the amulet for sure. But like, realistically speaking, like it's so much harder to get something like that on an amulet, just because amulets are not easy to get. Like, good amulets are not easy to come by, that you will actually think that you will want to actually slam. So if you have it on the helm, like call that a W, and like definitely move on with something else for sure.
Beautiful and handy.
Try to get a hook on with the gorilla. Yeah, I'm trying. I've been trying with whatever com is. It is very hard. Although it's not as hard as like a regular legendary amulet. Like people who need like normal amulets actually have it harder than we do with Rain with her com, but it's still not easy.
Beautiful and handy.
Okay. It's time to masterwork all the I really don't care where it lands. Grass on grandfather. Yeah, it is on the push build, so I guess for the tower it'll be great to use for sure on the penitent grease boots. But a part of me kind of really wanted to test the 1-to-1 ratio with beast fall boost versus the push version. So having it not on the beast fall boost, which is initially where I would have much rather it be on, was kind of like somewhat unfortunate, I guess. However, I am totally not complaining about having it up in degrees, considering that this is the version I probably end up pushing on the tower with anyway. But I really wanted to like test between both versions, and it's kind of hard to do that now that I got an extra, double damage on one boot versus the other. So it's totally not a fair test at all. But we'll see. That's why I'm still doing beast wall beats, because I would like to have something there. Rogue after use pen degrees, yeah. A couple of setups after uses it, yeah. Because like we don't really have any like unique boosts that like give us damage in a sense. We have some unique builds that do certain specific things for certain builds, but like if you don't use them for those builds, then like you need like a generic multiplier, and that's what Penitent Grease gives you. Otherwise, you can use regular boots with utility and stuff, but they don't really do anything for you that would be useful over like Penitent Grease. Let's say you're playing rapid fire or something, and you need the extra like cold imbuement chargers on boots, then like that makes a lot more sense. Those kind of things. Yeah, I mean, as long as you like, you don't really care too much about the trail. Like the trail part of it doesn't really matter. It's just the multiplier you care about. Like the 25% multiplier is what you care about. Just as long as you chill or freeze them, you get an extra 25% multiplier on them. So I was like, cool. Same thing with like Tobalt's Will. Like we use Tobalt's Will for the 20% on pants. Really, it's not a lot, but it's compared to regular pants in terms of damage is concerned. It's like, well, Tobalt's makes more sense. All right, guys, here we go. And I only got 19 sigils left, really? Huh. I didn't know I went through that much. All right, well, let me. There's no armory down here. Okay. Let me open up some goblin. Like, actually, let me see if I have any goblin thing. And if not, I'll go to PvP area and open up whatchamacallit. You can pass me. How many do you have? I'm gonna have to. There's the join bug. Let's try again. The demise is much more fun to play. Yeah, I mean, oh wow, so you have a ton. Okay. So the thing about it is, if you can keep track of, so if you can keep, Alex, if you can keep track of, I don't know, like if you want to like experiment and try to find a way, I don't know, I haven't been able to yet, but if you can find a way to be able to keep track of precision while doing 1-to-1, like technically speaking, like the 1-to-1 with precision would technically be the strongest setup. That is, if you can keep track of the precision proc and making sure that it happens on every other reign, because if you don't, then you can never get the precision proc. Like the other way. So like that's the thing. Thanks, Peachin. And I have not been able to find a way to like follow that by any means, because you can't see it on the bar. There's no visual indicators. There's no like audio like cues or anything. It's just like you don't know if it's happening. And like the damage output, you know, obviously, you know, you seeing the 360% more damage or not, like it is a pretty big difference. But when you're in it, it's not big enough of a difference, because you got Fist of Fate and all these things that can spike your damage up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like if you can constantly hit the precision every time, like every other, then like technically speaking, that would be better than shard. The only reason why we do the shard, to be honest, or like the only reason why I ever came up with that version, is because there was no feasible way to follow precision without it. So like that's what ended up happening with it. But the moment that they give us an indicator or something like that, so we can kind of see what's going on, see what's happening, then yeah, I would totally drop the shard and do precision 1-to-1. Now I would drop Sky Hunter still. Like I would do like a 2-hand bow or something, like two-hand crossbow most likely. But yeah. What was his fix? Yeah, but I think I'm like done with like Sky Hunter in general, period. On even on the push version. Like on paper it's good, but in practice it's more so bait. Red to red fix. Body fix. Fix. Body increase. Legendary power added. Fix added. Quality increase. Affix. Quality increase. Place. Legendary power added. Boo. Dodge. Legendary power added. Dodge again. The same one too. The same. 2.4. 2.1. Legendary power added. Greater fix. Affix replace. New affix added. Alright, so no luck, no go there. But Raven. See, okay, I think I figured it out. Any further testing, my speculation is that I am not crit capped Lucian, but it's only about 25% off. Yeah, it shouldn't be that big of a difference, no. But even if you're not crit capped, I mean, are you like still like 80% plus though crit in a sense? You said running precision without Sky Hunter, without Shard, without Sky Hunter. So like the last stream that I was in, like the last stream. Actually, you know what? I'll show you. I'll like literally show you. Oh, you're 20. Oh, okay. So you were okay. I see. So you were like hyper efficient, like not a single point of crit chance over. I see. But that still shouldn't, like, I mean, because already error prediction is what, 60% versus 75% in terms of the multiplier, but then you have 25% crit chance. Like that should almost feel kind of close to even with like prediction might, like you shouldn't really feel a difference between the two then. Like it should be so minor that like you wouldn't be able to tell. Then I mean, like you might get like a slightly better time with air if that's the case, but like it shouldn't be like a 2 pit tiers and some 2 pit tiers and some change with some leftover time difference. Like it's got to be something. Yeah, no Sky Hunter. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, well, yeah. For the if I'm gonna go Shard, yeah. So with Shard, same thing. Like I wouldn't do like Sky Hunter anymore. The thing about it, so Alex, the thing about the Sky Hunter is this: like on paper, the Sky Hunter is like slightly stronger overall. Like a good Sky Hunter versus a good, like I don't know, let's say a 2-hand crossbow. The problem comes in is that the Sky Hunter's damage is split between 2 different waves, like the first wave and then the additional projectile wave. What ends up happening when you're pushing, especially since you'll be running with Penitent Greaves, you freeze them so fast that by the time the second wave hits with Sky Hunter, they're already unstoppable, meaning that half of the Sky Hunter's damage is being done when the enemies are unstoppable. You see where I'm getting at? So by the time the second wave hits or whatever like that from the, from initial cast, it's not getting nearly the full damage that it normally would. Exactly. So ideally what you want to do is front load that damage as much as you can before they get unstoppable, right? So like a 2-hand crossbow will hit almost twice as hard as a Sky Hunter, almost twice as hard as a Sky Hunter. So you will be able to hopefully kill that elite pack before they become unstoppable with the 1 wave versus trying to wait for 2 waves to happen every cast. So on paper, Sky Hunter is better, yes, like slightly better. But in practice, the 2-hand crossbow is like noticeably better because of when the enemies become unstoppable. Does that make sense? So you just want to hit really hard early on before they become unstoppable. And I didn't think about that, much at all until I was like messing around with it some more. And I was wondering why I was getting better results with like a crossbow or a bow. Like this way, like crossbow is just a teeny bit stronger than the bow, but the bow would feel better to play. But yeah, like the difference is like crazy. I'm about to do a run with it right now. So we'll do a crossbow run on like a 100. Hopefully I get like an okay map to start. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, see, I don't have time for a second wave to hit. I just want the 1 wave to hit big and then go. Awful first map, but oh well. This one came us up already. Come on, there you go. Not a terrible run considering the map. But yeah. Still under 3 minutes. So, but yeah. Yeah. Not to mention to keep in mind too with Sky Hunter that you're not always proccing precision every time. Like your proccing precision maybe 70% of the time, even with the Shard setup, because you have the tax or whatever that goes off. So sometimes it'll go off before you hit your 3 or whatever. So not every rain is gonna get the Sky Hunter's unique bonus either, if that makes sense. So it's not an actual full 60% when you think about it. It's actually like around 40%. Whereas with the two-hand crossbow, you don't care about that because it doesn't have that unique affix that is reliant on whether or not precision procs or not. So the damage is more consistent. That makes sense too as well. So there's definitely more pluses with a regular crossbow or whatever like that. But does that make sense? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, this is where like I feel like I'm better at doing. Where it's like, the math is one thing, but like I like trying things out in practice because generally speaking, it you know, the math doesn't always tell the full story. But yeah,
I'll keep my forge hot.
the funny thing about it is that I wouldn't have tried this early, like this like I would have figured it out when the tower came out, but I wouldn't have tried it until then, until I got these boots. Had I not gotten these the grandfather on like the 10 degrees, I probably would have still been playing victimized Beastfall boots or whatever until then. So this forced me to kind of try it now, like, you know, do things like now. So, but I'm glad I found that out because it's yeah. Like I said, Skyrim's not bad. It's definitely not terrible, but like a good two-hand crossbow like will get you hitting like your ticks hitting for trillions, like, you know, 1-2 trillions like on a single tick. Just insane. Or rain of arrows, that is. So now as far as what I'm gonna do about like putting that like or making that a thing in terms of the guide is concerned, like making an update to the guide, I will do it, but I kind of want to wait until the tower comes out so I can update everything at the same time, because I know there'll be some changes to Heartseeker as well. So it's showing that my encoder is overloaded, like when I'm in town, but only when I'm in town. But you're feeling ditching victimized for precision again? Only in the higher pits. Speed pits, no. No, absolutely not. Like only the only time I would go the only time I would ever go precision is if I'm trying to do like a higher tier clear. That's it. Because victimize is more than enough. Like the 1-to-1 Beastfall boost, victimize is more than enough damage for anything else, literally. Now unless Alex, unless you could find And like, you know, I would challenge anybody who's playing random rails, unless you could find a way to be able to keep track of precision somehow on a 1-to-1 setup. Because precision is so strong relative to like victimize when you think about it, right? But if you can find some way to keep track of it, or like find some way to like make sure that you don't lose the rotation somehow, so therefore you can get the 180% basically, because it's every other time. If you can keep that going the entire time, I would love to know, because I've tried so hard to figure it out. Because technically that would be the strongest way. The nice thing is the Paragon's the same between the two. Yeah, they are. Yep, you don't have to change the Paragon board. But yeah, but Victimize is there only because precision is so inconsistent, like with the 1-to-1 ratio, whatever. Otherwise, I would go precision, of course. Target diminish. Nope, sure it doesn't. Yeah, but yeah, I can't. I personally cannot think of anything. And the thing about it is that I've actually spoken directly to the devs about it. Like this isn't something that like I haven't complained about. I complained about this to the devs already. Like I asked myself, how do you even keep track of precision? How do you know you prop precision? Like when y'all think about this and y'all, you know, test and play like that, like what goes through your mind when you're playing a precision build? And I mean, like, how do you feel when you're playing a precision setup? Like, are you okay with not knowing whether or not you know what I'm saying? Like, these are questions I asked, you know, them or whatever. I feel like we'll probably get something in the expansion that would make more sense with that. But I think in the meantime, I seriously doubt we're gonna get anything before then. Plus dashing plus range. And the real run isn't the same as standing still, so even harder to tell. Yep, exactly. Yep. It's just frustrating because it's like, you know, there's bigger potential for rain that is nearly impossible to take advantage of because we just can't see the, you know, the proc or whatever. Like I legit envision like maybe like a 122 or something on rain, if we can do 1-to-1 precision and never mess it up. 122, 123. Like if we can never mess up the rotation, I think that's possible. Like perfect sinks. But it is what it is. I asked about Heartseeker earlier, just gonna follow the guide. Anything I should look out for that you found that isn't updated here? No, it is updated. Everything that you see there is definitely the most updated. I will say that no, it is. Yeah, it is. I was gonna say I might make some like extremely small like tweaks to like the push version, but I kind of want to wait because it's hard to tell what's doing better because a lot of times it's based off of who has the better synced, like the better sanctifications, right? So it's like somebody might have might wear a different helm, or they might wear a different ring or something, but it could be because they got a better roll on a sync or something, but they couldn't get it elsewhere. So it's like I don't want to make like, you know, like knee-jerk changes to something that you know is based off of like pure luck instead of like, oh, this is actually better. That makes sense. There's a tower thing. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to wait until the tower. Why not? Anyhow, Sag on a lot of we sanctified a lot of things today. We did get a shackle on the air perdition, but I can only use that on the victimized beast wallabies version. So I'm excited for that, to have it there whenever I switch back for speed farming and stuff. But other than that, that will be it for me today. Let's go see who to raid. So I'll be back to, I won't say back to, but you will not see me tomorrow or Monday. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday is basically my newest stream schedule kind of thing. So trying to pull it back to part-time where I'm not trying to overdo it. So like, yeah, you won't see me Sunday, you probably won't see me Monday. But yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, hopefully type thing. When the tower comes out, I might do some back-to-back streams at that point. But until then, I think I'm gonna keep it chill, not grind too hard, so I don't like burn myself out before a tower. But thanks, Picha, and all the things that you've helped with. Same with all the others who had like the mythic prankster keys and stuff. It's been fun. And let's go to Roxy's on. Actually, no, we haven't been to Ravnica in forever. We'll go to Ravnica. Okay. She used to play a lot of Diablo 3. And she had like some of the coolest stream setups at the time. The sad part, the grandfather, bro. You forgot the socket. Oof. What item? I mean, because you might be able to get away with it, because if it's just like a offhand, okay, that's actually not that bad, because it's probably just what crit damage, like some like some additive damage or something like that. Like you're not gonna feel that, because you're like, if it was something like a rune slot or something, like in like the main chest or something like that, then like I guess that might feel a certain kind of way, especially if you, well, I guess no, you'll just use main stat gems. But I mean, having a grandfather, is worth way more than in the socket for sure on the offhand. Because you have so much additive damage that socket is still 26 crit damage higher than without the gem. Yeah. So I mean, but like when you think about it, it's additive. So like you're missing like what, 2% damage, maybe 3% for not having a socket. So like it's such a small amount that you would never feel a difference between having a socket and not having a socket. So I would not stress myself out too much about that. I mean, it sucks that you didn't socket it, because it's gonna look weird and always look weird for sure, right? But you're literally not missing anything. The sockets are pretty much useless anyway across the board. Like they really need to buff that and make them more valuable, because they really are like quite useless. But yeah, enjoy Ravnica. I will see you in a few days, and as always, till next time.